Let me preface this by saying that I'm not proud of what happened. Sure, I'm a cat, majestic, cunning, the undisputed king of the living room. But even kings make mistakes. And sometimes those mistakes involve a squirrel, a tree, and 3 days of utter humiliation. It all began with a dare. Well, sort of. There I was, stretched out in the backyard, soaking up the sun like the furry god of leisure I am when he appeared. A squirrel. Not just any squirrel, mind you, but a wiry, twitchy-tailed menace with the ego of a Kardashian and the manners of a drunk raccoon. "Hey, Stripey," he chirped, perching on a branch just out of Claw's reach. "You gonna lie there all day like a rug, or do something cat-like for once?" I blinked lazily, keeping my cool. "You got a death wish, nutbrain? Keep yapping and I'll turn you into a throw pillow." He laughed. Big talk from a guy who hides under the bed every time the vacuum comes out. And that was it. The line had been crossed. My reputation, my legacy, was on the line. I stood, arched my back for maximum intimidation, and gave him my best glare. "Watch your mouth, Rocky, or I'll—" "Catch me?" he interrupted, darting up the tree faster than I could say birdseed. Now, any sane cat would have walked away, but not me. Oh no. My pride had taken a hit, and the only way to salvage it was to chase that bushy-tailed menace to the ends of the earth, or at least the top of the tree. Day 1. Regret takes root. Climbing the tree seemed like a good idea at first. My claws sunk into the bark with satisfying precision, and I moved swiftly, branch to branch, like the jungle predator I was born to be. But halfway up, things started to go sideways, literally. "Looking a little wobbly there, Whiskers," the squirrel taunted from above. "I'm fine," I hissed, clinging to the trunk like my life depended on it, because, well, it did. The ground was starting to look awfully far away, and the branches below seemed thinner than I remembered. That's when it hit me. I, Fluffy the Fearless, was stuck. "Okay, no big deal," I muttered to myself. "I'll just go back down." Spoiler alert, I did not go back down. The squirrel, sensing victory, chittered a few insults before disappearing into the canopy. Coward. I'd have gone after him if not for the minor issue of gravity and my total lack of a plan. Day 2. Hunger Games. Morning arrived, and with it, the realization that I was still in the tree. My stomach growled, reminding me that it had been at least 12 hours since my last meal. For a cat accustomed to 5-star dining, read, whatever Sharon pulls out of a can. This was unacceptable. "Fluffy," Sharon's voice called from below. I looked down to see her standing in the yard, holding a can of tuna. "Come on, sweetheart. You can do it." "Wow, thanks for the pep talk, Sharon," I meowed sarcastically. She smiled, clearly not understanding a word. Humans. To make matters worse, the neighborhood kids had discovered my predicament. They gathered at the base of the tree, pointing and laughing like I was some kind of sideshow attraction. One of them had the audacity to pull out a phone. "He's totally going viral." Great. Just what I needed. Fame for all the wrong reasons. Day 3. Zen and the art of cat maintenance. By the 3rd day, I'd reached a state of acceptance, or maybe I was just delirious. The world below seemed so distant, so irrelevant. I spent the morning pondering life's big questions. Why do humans put tiny doors on cheese? Why does the vacuum hate me? And most importantly, why did I climb this stupid tree? Sharon, bless her oblivious soul, had resorted to increasingly desperate tactics. She called animal control. They laughed. She tried shaking the tree. I gave her my best "are you kidding me" glare. Finally, she called the fire department. When the fire truck arrived, I was half expecting a parade of clowns to jump out. Instead, a burly firefighter climbed the ladder, his face a mix of amusement and exasperation. "You really got yourself into a pickle, huh, buddy?" "Oh, don't mind me," I replied, my voice dripping with sarcasm, "just enjoying the view." He reached out to grab me, and I did what any self-respecting cat would do in such a situation. I panicked. Claws out, fur puffed, I let out a guttural yowl that sent birds scattering for miles. To his credit, the firefighter didn't flinch. "Easy there, Tiger," he said, scooping me up with the precision of someone who's done this before. The descent. Back on solid ground, Sharon smothered me with hugs, babbling about how worried she'd been. I endured it for about 5 seconds before wriggling free and strutting toward the house like nothing had happened. "Fluffy," Sharon called after me. "Aren't you even going to say thank you?" I paused, turned, and gave her a look that said, "You're welcome." Epilogue. That night, as I lay curled up on the sofa, I couldn't help but reflect on my misadventure. Sure, I'd made some mistakes. Okay, a lot of mistakes, but I'd learned something valuable. Squirrels are jerks, pride is overrated, and trees are not my friend. Sharon, of course, posted the whole ordeal online. The hashtags alone made me want to hurl "Wong tree climbing," "Tabby," or "Fluffy fails," or "hang in there." But the final straw, someone made a meme. Fluffy the Fearless, perched in the tree, with the caption, "When you're in too deep, but your pride won't let you ask for help." I sighed and buried my face in my paws. "This isn't over, Squirrel," I whispered, "not by a long shot." And as I drifted off to sleep, one thought comforted me. Tomorrow was a new day to plot revenge.